Norman Lear died this week, and I just thought, wow, that really puts it in perspective for me because, I mean, without somebody like that, I couldn't do what I do. I think he opened a lot of doors, but a lot of those doors have shut. TV is not what it was in the 70s. You couldn't do, or let me ask, do you think you could do anything like what he did back then? Because I don't think you could.
I think a lot of the shows, I mean, first of all, I'm a huge Norman Lear fan. I'm not going to sing the Maude theme song, although I could, about Lady Godiva. I would, but I'm not going to because it's not that time. But I will tell you, just thinking about how he was able to connect so many different people. I mean, you know, the Jeffersons, talking about Good Times, All in the Family, Maude, Facts of Life. You can go on with all that he was able to do. But some of the most controversial shows, we look back at the time, I don't know that as much as we've evolved as a society, we would have the same ability to do those shows without ending on the cutting room floor and someone being afraid that too many folks would clutch their pearls.
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a tiny little, very conservative town in Minnesota. And Norman Lear's All in the Family was the show that taught me what a liberal was. He was a guy who lived in his father-in-law's house, rent-free.
Right.
Yeah, and
because your town was very conservative.
Yeah, liberal. He lived in his father-in-law's house rent-free, and he paid him back by calling him a bigot. But the great thing about that show was you never knew who the hero and the villain was. I mean, I had a grandfather from Ohio who thought Archie Bunker was the hero of the show. And for a while, I thought so, too. I mean, he really held his own. It seemed like the world revolved around him. But the show gave a round portrayal to people of all kinds, and you kind of got the begrudging education of Archie over time. And I think gave more credit to kind of characters that are now just dismissed than is possible now.
That maybe I was in a bubble, but that is not my memory of Archie Bunker.
As a hero?
No, exactly. I don't remember.
Archie Bunker for president, remember?
I don't remember.
No, there were buttons. There were actual buttons. I think my grandpa wore one.
I too am from Minnesota. I didn't pick up on that.
Because they were laughing at.
But I'll tell you what, though. I mean, Archie Bunker is not really in the rearview mirror, right? Archie Bunker is the bit for the drunk uncle today. When you're talking about Donald Trump, we were talking about on SNL. I mean, we're talking about people who feel discounted, who associate liberalism with what you've described. There is still very much a face of an Archie Bunker, and people are seeing that more and more. It's just not nonfiction. It's not fictionalized. It's not fictionalizing longer.
You don't think there are less Archie Bunkers in America than there were in 1973, 50 years ago?
No.
Really? You don't think we've made any progress?
We've made progress, but I think Archie Bunker has been for a long time required to be quieter, kind of like Ray Romano said. They speak very little, but when they do, it's too much to the liberals. But they very much exist, I think, to this very day.